Join the Minnesota State University Department of Theater and Dance as it opens its main stage season with Chicago on September 30th. Here to talk a little bit about that are the director and a couple of the stars of Chicago.
Hi, I'm Paul Finocchiaro, and I'm the director-choreographer of Chicago at Minnesota State University Mankato in the Ted Paul Theater. I brought with me today two of the leads in the show, and this is...
Megan Volkman-Wilson. I'm playing the role of Velma Kelley.
And I'm Aaron Allen, and I'll be playing Billy Flynn.
Now, a lot of people think that the first thing that came out in 2002 was the movie Chicago. In fact, it has a lot of rich history. It started with, of course, a news story. It turned into a book. Then it turned into a movie in 1942 starring Ginger Rogers. And then it became, in 1975, a musical written by John Canver and Fred Ebb, directed by Bob Fosse and choreographed by Bob Fosse, and now a revival in 1997 of Chicago, the musical, the new musical Chicago. And it starred at the time Bebe Neuwirth playing the role of Velma Kelley, and Anne Reinking, Broadway legend, playing the role of Roxy Hart. It is a historical musical because the event really did happen, and some of my research this summer was going to the Cook County Jail in Chicago, seeing the jail where this all happened. I also went to New York. I got to see the original production. I got to talk to some cast members, and I went to Los Angeles and took private tango classes with a gentleman from Bulgaria named Rumen, and he was a professional and a choreographer for Dancing with the Stars, and a professional on the show Dance Your Ass Off. Pretty interesting stuff. So what I did was I did all this research so that the show could have elements of the new production, elements of the old production, and elements of the movie involved. And one of the things that we'll see from the new production is that great tango number. But I've adjusted it so we'll see all those tangos in silhouette while the story is being told downstage. It's a pretty cool concept. Now, the role of Velma is a really great role, and she's the quintessential vaudevillian, and you can go into a little bit of that.
Well, I'll give you the exposition that you need to know about the character before you come see the show. She is very vaudeville. She embodies that time period, the jazz age, and women finally breaking out into very independent, very strong characters, and that's kind of who she represents. She takes a very strong role in the overall theme of the merry murderesses, the women who kill their husbands, and now they're all on trial, awaiting their trials to be sentenced. And in the case of the Cook County Jail, and these kind of crimes at the time, and one of the biggest overall theme of the show is that murder is a form of entertainment, and she does entertainment. That's what she does. So she kind of works everything to her advantage, and everything is a show, everything is a big number, and that's one of the most important things about Velma, is that she's very much a real character, but she's very, very driven. She knows show business, and she's able to manipulate her own personal struggle or her own trial into a big piece of show business.
One of the things that happened in 1996, actually before 1976, 1994, 95, was the O.J. Simpson trial, and that is what sparked the revival of Chicago itself for Broadway. The role of Billy Flynn is paralleled with the roles of Robert Kardashian and Johnny Cochran in that trial, the razzle-dazzle of the trial. So Aaron is really our kind of shyster lawyer who's going to get their people off in any way, shape, or form he can.
Yeah, he really is the lawyer of the time. He's never lost a case with a female client. He's a little arrogant, and he is motivated by one thing, and that is money. But he's also very, very good at what he does. He's a spin artist, a spin doctor, if you want. And he very much knows that the murder is entertainment, and he knows how to play off of the wants and needs of the audience, which is his jury and or the judge as well. And he really knows how to turn this trial into a show, and everything else to the wind. You know, it doesn't really matter what truth is as long as it looks good. So.
Yeah. Now you can see behind us we've got a rehearsal going on. They're working on the Roxy number, which is her big number. And if you saw the movie, you saw Renee Zellweger and all of those really great dancers of the time dancing on the movie. That's the movie they're working on right now. There are 26 amazing singer dancers in the cast. There were 90 people who auditioned for the show, which is the largest turnout we've had for an audition without children. So we get the droves of kids. One of the greatest things that we have is really lovely, amazing community support. We had Hickory Tech coming in as our corporate sponsor, and we're going to be doing a dress rehearsal, private performance for them before the show starts. And we're really excited about that because we get them to come in and they get to see the show, and we get a little bit of feedback from that, which is really cool. We love that.
Well, Velma's got it's challenging physically and vocally and acting-wise all at the same time, mushed together. And there are a few large numbers that she has. The first big number in the show, All That Jazz, with the entire chorus, male and female, and Velma and the orchestra. That's pretty much what it's about. It introduces the show and it introduces you to the style, and it kind of warms you up into what you're about to see, and it really plunges you into the feel of the show, the style of the show. And we worked on that one for a couple of days. We got it all blocked, we got it all set. Now it needs to be polished. It needs the walls need to be painted, is what Paul says. We build the house, and then we decorate the walls. And that one, I think, is the one I'm looking forward to the most, because that first impression needs to be, it's essential that you get that right on, that you capture the audience right away, so that they're riveted, they continue to want to see what comes next, and that's really important to Velma's character.
She's got a great number in the first act called "I Can't Do It Alone" that I can't wait to work on. So, and when Velma takes the stand, she's got quite a few numbers that are solo that have lots of backup.
Billy Flynn has a couple really, really big numbers. The most famous probably being "Reach for the Gun." They both reach for the gun, and that's the whole chorus and lots of dancing and really, really wonderful, fun choreography. And the best part about this character is I just get to play, and it's just so much fun playing. We're doing a play. We get to play.
The other piece that he gets to do is Razzle Dazzle, which is really the basis of the entire piece. It's about the razzle dazzle that the lawyer brings to the trial that gets Roxy and Velma. I won't tell you if they got free or not, but you might know. So that's really the essence of the entire show, hence the essence of our season this year as well. It's the theme of our season. So it's pretty cool, but he gets both Reach for the Gun and he gets All I Care About Is Love. He gets all the numbers with all the women. So, because he's the ladies' man.
I've seen and heard a lot of different Velmas. Bebe Neuwirth has a very different Velma than Catherine Zeta-Jones was. And it also ties into the fact that the stage version is very, very different from the movie, and that the original was different from the revival. And so there are a lot of different, all of these different actresses that played this particular role brought a very specific style to it. And I think that's where I personally am originating my spin on the character is I look at the words on the page and the songs and the intention, and then I try and bring my own style into it, because that's really the only way to get a clear style and a clear character to the audience. Because if you're playing somebody else, it's never going to be that somebody else. You're never going to convey that clear message to the audience. So it's more organic and it's more effective if you bring your own style to it. That's what I'm working on.
And many have played the role, especially on Broadway, because there's a lot of stars that have come in throughout the years. I've seen Jasmine Guy do this role. I've seen Stephanie Pope do this role. I've seen Charlotte Dembois do this role. I've seen a lot of people do the different roles. And in Billy's role also, I've seen Hal Linden. I've seen Ben Vereen. I've seen John O'Hurley. So there's a lot of famous people who have done these roles at this point.
And it's hard to live up to that, but the only thing you can do, like she said, is just kind of make it your own and do your best.
Season tickets for the 2010-2011 Department of Theater and Dance Main Stage season are available at msutheater.com. Individual tickets for Chicago will go on sale beginning September 21st, also at msutheater.com or by calling the Theater and Dance box office at 507-389-6661 between 4 and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.